Hey YouTube, Mike here with Drop a Gear. Got another video for you, do it yourself. Today we're going to be doing a transmission flush on my 2012 Honda Civic Si. We're going to go ahead and start with all the tools that you'll need to get this job done. And here we go. Alright YouTube, so first and foremost we want to make sure that we have all of the right tools that we're going to need to get the job done, so you're not, halfway through it realizing that you don't have this, or you have to go to the store to pick something up. So let's see, to begin with, you're going to need a jack, as well as some jack stands to hold the car up. Remember, safety first. You're going to need a wrench. This is a 17mm Matco. This will be used for the level, like the fill plug. You're going to need a 3/8 drive ratchet. This will be used to break the drain plug. Let's see, I have an extension with a 10mm, as well as a smaller deep 10, a nice impact, and a medium, small sized pry bar. So first things first, what we're going to want to do is jack the car up, get it nice and level. Typically, if you don't know, I'll place my jack, my pad, right around here. Get the car up. I have it about 4 inches off the ground, 4.5 inches maybe. Oh, also you're gonna need a drain pan. That's critical, obviously, to catch your waste oil. So once you get the car up and in the air, we'll go ahead and move on over to the engine bay. Now this is kind of something you don't have to do it. I prefer to do it this way. I was a technician for Acura for a little bit, so this is kind of how we did it. This is how we did it at the dealership. So pretty much what I do is I just disconnect the airbox, and then I remove this, loosen this 10mm right here so you can swivel, and I just lift it up and rest it right here on the seal. After that, I go ahead and I pull the airbox out. So this is how it is oriented in the car. There's going to be one 10mm bolt right here, right on the front of it. And that's when I use that extension and that 10 to reach down there. Now the back of the airbox is held on by these two rubber grommets. So once you get that 10mm off, the airbox is going to be held on by these two posts. Some focus, there we go. So go ahead and lift up. If it fights you at all, that's why I used the pry bar to kind of help guide it and get it up. Now right here, this bolt, that's going to be a 17mm, I believe 17mm. That's going to be your true drain point. Not drain point, I'm sorry. Your true fill point. So some people, when they do it, they can fill it from underneath the car. You can drop down a long hose, or you can use a pump to get it in there. I find this easier, to be honest. So now we are underneath the car. As you can see, here is going to be the fill and the drain. So this bottom nut, this bottom bolt right here, is going to be your drain. I've already broken it loose. That's just a 3/8 drive. And that one in the top that you can see, that's going to be, some people use that to fill. You can fill from there, but that's pretty much going to be your weep hole. So once you have that out and the transmission is being filled, once it's completely full, it will start to weep from that hole. There's no dipstick on this transmission, so that's how you know when it's full. When the oil is coming out of that top bolt, top hole, the transmission's completely full. Should be about 2 quarts. Speaking of that, I actually forgot to say that in the beginning. I am using OEM Honda manual transmission fluid. Alright, so I have the fluid draining here, as you can see, coming out of the bottom hole. I kept the top plug in there just because it'll help control the stream. If that top plug was out, it really comes rushing out, and I didn't want to make a big mess, so I'd just rather take my time and let it drain. Now both of those, the fill plug and the drain plug are going to have crush washers on them. Now I recommend replacing these every time you do this for both this one and the other bolt. Go ahead and clean up the bolts, you know, wipe them down, give them a visual inspection to make sure there's nothing going on with them. And then once you're done draining from the transmission, you can go ahead and put the drain bolt back in and remove the top fill hole. All right, YouTube, we're almost done. So I went ahead, got that drain bolt off. Here it is. You can see straight down there right next to the shift linkage. That's going to be your traditional fill point. Underneath the car, I don't have my light under there, but yeah, from the upper weep hole that we open underneath the car, once we get our clean funnel in there, and like I said, we're going to be using OEM Honda stuff. Once it starts to drip out of the top hole, obviously put the bottom plug in, but once it starts to drip from the top hole, that's when you know the trans is full. And then obviously button everything back up, and it's, you know, reverse of what we just did to get everything back together, and then you can enjoy your silky smooth shifts.